This is the SKUTT Firebox, a tiny kiln that doesn't need special electrical outlets. Nicely packed with whatever this stuff is. Alright, I tried getting it out of here, but it's heavy and awkward, and I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just going to break the box. Ooh, yeah. Alright, that was a good choice. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, look at those little lifts. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll go through that in a minute. Oh, it's adorable. All right. Ooh, look at that. Yay. Well, the box is on the floor here. And these are the little itty bitty shelves. Oh yeah, they're so cute. Right. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, I'm happy. Well, of course, we'll need to make sure it turns on and everything, but yay. That is awesome. Here's the stuff it came with. One kiln shelf. It's so adorable. Kiln wash for the tiny kiln shelf. 3 itty bitty stilts for the itty bitty shelf. Ooh, temperature sensor, I believe. These things move, so smart that they rubber banded it there. I don't know why this is in here. Seems like it would be the footprint for a larger kiln. Maybe it will tell me. Okay, we got a catalog. We've got Kiln Master Operating Manual for this adorable little kiln. Awesome. And specifically controlling the touchscreen. That's great. This is something that me personally, like, I have to recheck and check a million times before it actually solidifies in my brain. Well, I used the random circle thingy as a placemat to paint the kiln wash onto the little shelf. They say to go in one direction, let it dry, then the other direction, and I did the edges too, and the other side. All right, let's get this thing set up and tested. I'm going to have the kiln on the concrete floor, at least for now. I know it's a tabletop kiln and it could probably be fine on a countertop, but just in case, I'm testing. And it has like a good foot lifting it up off of the ground also, which is promising. So I'm putting the mini kiln stilts inside. There's 3 of them, equidistant, and then tiny shelf, watching very carefully not to hit the thermocoop, which is the name of the thing that they gave an extra of. Alright, and that's what it looks like, ready to go. And I also have some other stilts that are from our larger kiln upstairs. And my thought on this was that I can get some additional firing space, or perhaps even order another of these tiny shelves. Moment of truth. Wah! Yay. Okay. Okay, we're going to keep it real simple this time. I have 3 different clay bodies with the same glaze just to try out on this first try. And these need to go to cone 6. Alright. See, if you're doing flat things like that, there's actually, you know, kind of more room, which is exciting. Ooh. Okay, so from here, I hit menu, and then I realized that's not what I wanted, and that is stuff that I will investigate in the future. For now, I just want to test fire. So I'm going to go to fire, cone fire, and this is 07, 06, 05. Okay, so that's getting cooler, so I need to go down arrow to get the hotter temps. Okay, cone 6 is here, and that's the one we need. Next. Preheat time. I don't really need to preheat this one, so 0 is fine. Speed, medium. Sure, that works for this. Although, normally, I would do slow, so let's do medium slow. I love that there's options, yay. Hold time, 10 minutes. That's my go-to. We'll see how that works. Just to mature the glazes. And review. Cone 6, no preheat, medium to slow. Hold for 10 minutes at peak, and start. Let it rip. See how it goes. Press start to start now. Okay, I'm gonna start. Woo-wee. Okay, and it's gonna ramp up. And I'll check it in the morning, and, well, I'll check it when it's cool enough and show the results. Time for the big reveal. It's down to 93 degrees, and it's been about 24 hours. When I came in this morning, it was at 300 something, so I just waited. Ooh. Alright, perfect. That is a successful firing. Yeah, I did a good job. The clay's vitrified. The glazes are mature. And just for reference, all 3 of these were Amco Potter's Choice, cone 5-6. And this is Toasted Sage. And then the clay bodies, these are all different Laguna clay. That's the really dark one, Dark Horse. And then this one is, I forgot what it's called, Electric Brown or something brown. And then one of the whites, I don't remember which one that is either. but they look great. Yay, good job, little kiln. And now I will try something a little more substantial. All in all, this is a total win. The only thing I'm doing differently with this firing is switching from medium slow to slow. Okay, the reveal. This is the Dark Horse Laguna clay, and I don't know, the glaze doesn't seem to mature as well on this clay. I don't think it's because it was stilted, because... Ooh. Because the test tile did the same thing. So I think that the glaze and clay just don't work well together. And this is the same glaze on the electric brown, and it really matures nicely, which it also did on the test tiles. I like how it has almost like a purpley hue to it on this clay. All right, but in terms of this new little awesome kiln, it totally works. It's a win. Yay!